Hey Flosstube, it's Melissa from the Daily Mail, and I am back today with video number 4. Thanks for joining me. Today is Sunday, March 17th, so happy St. Patrick's Day. I did not plan appropriately because I am not wearing green. I only own 2 green shirts, and they are both in the hamper for laundry day tomorrow. So, no green for me, but I always have my green eyes. So, I wear green 365 days of the year. First, I just want to say thank you so much to all my new subscribers. I have reached 2,500 subscribers. Yay! And so I will be doing a little giveaway, so stay tuned to the end of the video and I will have more information about that and how you can enter. I also wanted to let everyone know that I normally record every other week, but there will be a bonus Flosstube extra video sometime in the next week, maybe not until next weekend. I've had a lot of people ask me on Instagram about my floss tags that I make. So I've recorded a video showing me making those, so I just need to get it edited and smoothed out a little bit, and I will be posting that again, like I said, probably in about a week, so it'll fall in between my normal Flosstube videos, and it'll just, you know, be a little tutorial on how I make mine using cardstock and punches. So be sure to tune in for that. Again, it should be next weekend. So as for a stitching update, I am still going strong with the School of Magical Stitches and Literature on Facebook. I think I've mentioned it in all my videos because it is something I started in January. The sad reality for me is I now recognize that my rotation plan I had for 2019 is totally out the window. I have not been keeping up with my original rotation, and it's strictly because of magical stitches. I was doing great up until the point that I started magical stitches, but now, as the hashtag says, magical stitches rules my life. So that being said, I'm still getting great progress made on all my whips. I do not have a single whip in my stash right now that I have not worked on during 2019 for some form of homework. So even though it may not have been my original plan, it's actually working really well. So apparently I'm now on the hashtag magical stitches rotation. So, but yeah, it's all good. As long as I'm making progress on my whips, that's ultimately all that matters. So, okay, and speaking of my whips, I do have a few that I will show you an update. The first one is Be Inspired, and I'll put a photo up here showing where I was the last time. Oops, lost my needle. And then here's where I'm at now. So I think everything over in this section is new since 2 weeks ago. So I only have a couple more motifs to go, and then I will have all the outline done and can start filling in the colors. And so this project is now 1 month old. I started it on my birthday on February 17th. So I think I've made really good progress on this one so far, considering I've worked on a lot of other things too. So I'm really pleased with my progress so far. So that is Be Inspired from Stitchrovia. It's available in our Etsy shop, but it was also in one of the UK cross-stitch magazines a couple of years ago. So if you can get your hands on that, that's another option for getting it. But it is in our Etsy shop for a very reasonable price. Okay, the next one I have, and I haven't pressed any of these. I generally don't press my stitching until I'm done, so just be forewarned, things are wrinkled. Oh, the next one is Thanksgiving Harvest Fairy from Mirabilia, and this is a kit, so here's my progress from last time. And this was a limited edition kit from several years ago, but you can still find it in a few places. I know 123 Stitch had it fairly recently. So there's my progress on that. So I've made more progress over here on her wing. And this one is getting really close. I just need to finish this wing and then I start the beading and back stitching. So yeah, so she's getting close. Okay, next is another Mirabilia piece, and I'll put my previous progress photo up here. And this is Royal Holiday. It's a big piece. Ugh. And so the progress I have made on this one, is I've added quite a bit more of this red right in here. And again, this was for a Magical Stitches homework assignment that I did that. And the fabric this is on is conifer linen 32 count from Picture This Plus, which I think really looks great with those kind of golden browns and reds. Yeah. Okay. And I didn't mention the fabric. This was a kit on the Thanksgiving Harvest Fairy. I believe it's just a 32 count natural. And for Be Inkspired, I'm using a 32 count limestone Lugana for that one. The last whip, I don't have a progress picture to show on this one because I've started this one since my last video. And I had really thought I would have it ready for today as a finish, but I just didn't quite make it. So this is Henpeck by Plum Street Samplers. Whew. I am stitching it on 36 count Oaken from Picture This Plus, which is the recommended fabric, and I'm using all the recommended fibers. So yeah, so I just have a few more of these little flowers like this to go. Then I need to fill in the finish filling in the flags, and this one will be done. Yeah. Really love this one. I love how quickly it stitched up. This was part of the Goat Load birthday SAL for Emily C. And I did not own Goat Load, but I had Henpeck. And so since it's part of the same Animal Stack series, I'm using it for her birthday SAL. I also did some stitching for, on this piece actually, for Michelle Bindy's birthday stitch along last week as well. I was trying to remember what I did. Oh, I stitched on Be Inkspired. Oops, picked up two there. Oh, my needle minder stuck together. I stitched on Be Inkspired for the first day because it was B, something related to B, so Be Inkspired. The next day was S, BS for Bindy Stitchy. And so I stitched on this because it's part of the Stack series from Plum Street Samplers. And then I stitched on this again on Sunday, which was BS, both letters combined. And so you had to stitch something related, well, you had to stitch something related to Stitchy Kindness or a gift or something that is BS. So I was doing black stitching on the chicken. So this was my piece I worked on for that day. So 2 of my 3 days for Michelle's stitch along was this piece. Okay, so that's it for my whips. I do have one finish. It is not stitching related though, directly. Well, not in any way actually. And I know there was a discussion in the last day or two on Stitch Mania about someone saying she does not like seeing diamond painting in Flosstube videos, and because it's not related to stitching. And you know, I'm sorry you feel that way. I think most of us are not an exclusive hobbyist or crafters. I'm certainly not. I mean, I'm a huge paper crafter. You can see all my stamps, stamps over here and punches and inks back here. You know, so I dabble in a lot of different crafts, and this is part of, you know, it's my channel and I want to show off everything I'm working on. So I have a diamond painting. This is my first one and I finished it. This was a 25 by 35 centimeter and it's only a partial. The background is printed and then there's some areas here on his body that are printed as well. But pretty much the entire snowman was what was diamond painted. And this one actually went really fast. It only took me about, I would say 5 or 6 hours to do it. And I was home this week with a horrific cold. In fact, if you can hear congestion, I apologize, I'm still getting over it. So, but this was a great, I could do it in bed. I have a lap desk. And so I would just, you know, lay in bed and work on the diamond painting. And it was a really nice reprieve because cross-stitching, I tried doing that in bed and it wasn't going so well because my eyes were super watery. And I was just having a really hard time seeing the holes on my linens and even weaves to try and stitch. So this was great because it's a little bit larger scale and it didn't, and the symbols are right there. It didn't require as much counting. Well, it didn't require any counting, honestly. So it's kind of like, almost like a paint by number with resin gemstones, rhinestones. So yeah, so that was fun. In fact, it was so much fun, as I now segue into haul. Let me get that covered back up just to protect it. I ended up buying a second piece. Try and put it at an angle to avoid the glare. This is called Colorful Sunflower. And it doesn't necessarily look like a whole lot before you start putting the drills on, but this is a little bit bigger piece. This one is 40 centimeters square. And I absolutely love this. I love all things rainbow and I love flowers. So it was like the perfect match. So I will be starting this one soon, and I got it on Amazon, and I'll put a link in the show notes to the chart. It was only $13 for the full kit, and that's everything you need. You do not need to buy a single other thing. You know, there are extras you can buy that make it easier, like a light pad, but it's definitely optional. You don't have to have that to do this. You just need good lighting. So yeah. Okay, so now for cross-stitching hauls. Let me put the diamond paintings out of the way. Cross-stitch hauls. Okay, it was market, and yes, I partook. In fact, part of my market order, the bulk of my market order, isn't even here yet. I ordered from Drema at Needlecraft Corner in Baltimore. It's needlecraft-corner.com, and again, I'll link her in the show notes. One of the things I love about ordering from Drema is she does bundles for most of the popular charts. So with that, you get the chart, the fabric. If it calls for fancy flosses, you'll get those. And she gives you a discounted price on it, which is really, really nice. And once the package comes, I've got everything I need to just stitch and go. Now, on some charts, if it has a combination of fancy floss and DMC, she'll generally only do the fancy floss and doesn't include the DMC. So make sure you read in her description boxes on her website exactly, you know, what is included. So if you do need some DMCs, and you don't have a full set, you can make sure you have the ones that you're going to need for that project. Now, she does not have a shopping cart system on her website. All you'll need to do is look through her website, decide what you want, and then just send her an email and let her know. And then you can give her a call to provide your credit card number. I have given her permission to keep mine on file, so it's really easy. I just email her, and she charges things to my credit card on file. And most stuff she ships priority shipping, so you get it pretty quickly if she's got it in stock. Now, obviously with the new market releases, I don't have those yet because she had to go to market. She had to get them, you know, all the charts and stuff, to know what supplies she would need to kit them up. So she's in the process of kitting everything up. So it takes a little bit longer. So if you're an instant gratification person and don't want to wait for something to be packaged up, you know, with all the fabric and floss for you, then you might want to, you know, look at somewhere where you can get a chart only. But I love that Drema does everything for me. So I have been ordering from her for years and cannot sing her praises highly enough. So, but for things that I did get that I have already, I ordered these items from Julie at Gulf Coast Stitches for the most part. There are a few others that I got different places that I'll tell you about. First one, and this was not a new release, but it's one I've been wanting for a while, and so I added it onto my order. This is Let It Snow from Tiny Modernist. I absolutely love Cheryl's designs. This is the first one I've actually bought, though, so I'm looking forward to stitching it. And I'm going to be stitching it on, this is 28 count Lugana in Midnight from Garibaldi's Needleworks. I got that on Etsy. It's a really, really pretty fabric. And I think it'll look good because it's going to give it that kind of chalkboard look. And this is just DMC. I don't have it in my project bag yet, but I have a full set of DMC. So basically this is, well, not basically, this is fully kitted at this point. So, okay. The next thing I got from Julie is the Sulky Petites thread pack for More Chocolate Bunnies from Hands On Design. This is actually, I didn't get the chart from Julie because this is one I had ordered from Drema. But Drema does not carry the sulkies, so she kitted hers with DMC. But I love sulky, and so I wanted to stitch that design with the sulky instead of the DMC, even though Kathy did assure me that she doesn't just take like a conversion list somewhere online to pick her colors that way. She literally took the sulky threads, compared them with her DMC floss card, you know, for comparison, and picked the closest DMC she could. So the colors, if you go with the DMC conversion, they're going to be very, very similar. I just really love stitching with the sulky threads. So I picked this one up. Aren't those colors gorgeous? They just scream spring. Love it. Okay, I also got another sulky pack. This is for, let me make sure I get the name right, Carolyn Manning's Garden Stroll pattern. So you bought the kit with the threads, and there's 12 colors in here. Again, these are the 12 weight cotton sulky petites. And when you bought the pack, you get on the opposite side of this card, there was a URL I could go to download the chart for free. So yeah, so that was really nice. And again, love these colors. They're just so vibrant. And if you're not familiar with sulky, and I may have talked about them in my last video when I showed the two birds in one hand piece I'm working on, one strand of sulky is equivalent to 2 strands of like DMC or anchor. So you only have to use 1 strand of this. So it's really nice. You don't have to railroad or worry about splitting stitches, and it just lays beautifully. So yeah. And then I ordered 2 of the Blendables thread packs in the petite size. The difference, the thread I'm using on the 2 birds in one tree, that is the 330 yard spool. So that is equivalent to 13 skeins of DMC or anchor, roughly. It's actually a little more, but 13 is a round number. These are the petites, which are only 50 yards. So these are, if you're using 2 strands of DMC, this would be equivalent to 2 skeins of DMC. So yeah. One is, I don't know if they're labeled which is which, but one was like favorites number 1 and the other is like favorites number 2. But they only have 30 of the Blendables colors, and so this gets you 12 of them. So, oops, yeah. And I want to say, I think these were $9 each for 6 spools, which is not bad. Okay, I think that was everything from Julie. Yes, that was everything from Julie. Another chart I picked up is Melissa. Hello, I'm Melissa. So I had to have the Melissa chart from the Primitive Hair. And she does have all of her natural releases available in her Etsy store now. You can get them as printed and as PDF instant downloads, both, I think. This is the PDF that I got, and then I just printed it and put it in a sheet protector. So, yeah. Izzy just did an amazing job with this. I love it. And it is stitched in General Arts and DMC with some gold Krynic as well. And this is her old Salem linen that the model is stitched on. Okay. Now for some other miscellaneous haul, the rest of this is not related to Market. Well, I guess this, what may have been shown at Market, I don't know if Drawn Thread was there or if maybe Hoffman or Yarn Tree had it. I ordered this directly from the Drawn Thread website. This is their new Sunnyside sampler. It just came out, I think in February, maybe. But it's definitely a new release from the Drawn Thread. I was really excited. I didn't realize that she was still designing. So Super pretty. And this is a kit, so it came with the linens and the MPI silks. Absolutely gorgeous. I love the drawn thread. Can't wait to work on this one. Then I have 3 fabrics that I've purchased. The first one I'm going to be doing Freedom House. This is from the Waxing Moon Patriotic Trio. This is a chart I bought from their Etsy shop a while back. So I want to do this. This is actually a Magical Stitches homework. So one of the things in the annual challenge is Harry and Neville were born in the 7th month, so you need to stitch something related to the 7th month, which is of course July. So for us in the United States, that means something patriotic. So yeah, Freedom House. Although, I could use this for that too. Flags. Either way, I love this. I want to stitch that Freedom House. Love it. So I picked up the fancy flosses that I would need for it. These are all Gentle Arts. I just have them on a book ring. And then I picked up a piece of 32 count Country French Cafe Mocha linen for that. That takes care of that one. So now for the next 2 things I'm going to show you, which again were fabric purchases. This is when I'm going to give a shout out to Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. I know a lot of people, a lot of cross stitchers especially, don't necessarily give it 2 thoughts because the first 2 words are punch needle. Do not be confused. There's a lot of stitching in that magazine too. And if you love primitive style stitching, like the Primitive Hare, Barbara Anna Designs, Sub Rosa Designs, Lucy Beam, you need to check this magazine out. And the next 2 projects I have kitted up to start, and these I may hold on to these for Mania, I'm not sure yet, are charts that are now available for purchase in a printed form. One came out at Market last week, or 2 weeks ago now, I can't remember. And they originally appeared in this magazine. So the first one is Winter Sheep, and I've seen lots of people oohing and eyeing over that. This is by Thistles. But if you have the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, you had this 2 years ago. Yeah, I just never started it, but now I want to start it because it's cute and it just came out, and so I was like, oh, I've got that. This was in the 2017 Christmas winter issue. So not even 2 full years ago, just not even 18 months ago it came out. Oh, probably about 18 months ago. So yeah, super cute. So again, I bought all the fancy flosses for that and a piece of, it called for, oh, does it say on here? It called for Prim Gray Linen from Dames of the Needle. And I couldn't find any online shops that had that, so I ended up buying a piece of Patriot's Brew. It also called to do it on 32 count, but I got 28 count to make it be just a little smidge larger. So, because the finished size on 32 count was 8 by 3, so I wanted it to be just a little bit taller than that. So this will probably end up being like, you know, 9 by 4, 8.5 by 3.5, something like that. But isn't that just yummy? Love that. Okay, so that is Winter Sheep. And I know a lot of people love the fancy project bags. I don't use the fancy project bags. I get these on Amazon, a 10-pack for $10, because I would rather use the rest of my money to buy more cross stitch. That's me though. Okay, the next one, again, this is a chart that is available for purchase as a printed chart. That, again, appeared in Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. This is the Autumn Keeper Pin Keep from Barbara Anna Designs. And I am going to be able to use this for a Magical Stitches homework because there's one of the annual ones is the keys to open Moody's trunk, the locks on Moody's trunk. So I just need something with a key. And there we have it. So yeah. So I am, and she's DMC, so I'm not going to show you the DMCs, but I am going to be stitching her on 40 count doubloon linen. So yeah, that's what she's going to go on. I'm going to attempt. The 36 count Oaken for my hen pack has gone well, so we'll see if my eyes can see the 40 count. I'm going to give it a go. We'll see what happens. I may have to end up going down to a 36. So, but I kind of want it as the 40 because, you know, then it makes it small enough to actually be as a pin keep. If I go to a larger count fabric, I'll probably end up having to frame it or just make it into a regular pillow versus a pin keep. Okay, then I've got two more things, and again, these are not haul or market related. I picked up a new scissor fob. I don't know if you can see, it says coffee, and it's like a coffee bean. How cute is that? And I like these because it's the mini size, because I use these small Dovo scissors, and the full-size fobs are just too much for it. So this mini fob is like the perfect size. And this is from My Big Toe Designs. I got it from Down Sunshine Lane. I got it from Amy. And it also came bundled with a needle threader. I don't generally use a needle threader. Thankfully, my eyes have not gotten quite that bad yet. But it's nice to have it. And again, you've got the little coffee bean on there. So, yeah. And then, Sprinkle, sorry. I meant to take this out beforehand and I forgot. I got my Fabric of the Month from Color and Cotton. This is a 28 count Jobelin in pistachio. Isn't that beautiful? Love that. I think their Fabric of the Month clubs are all full right now, but they do have a wait list on their website. I am in the club. I get it every month, and it's an even weave, 28 to 32 count, so it could be either, and any color, all colors. They do have others that you can get just neutrals, or they have them where you can get all bright colors, but I'm just in the any color, just like I am with their Floss of the Month. I'm in the any color for that too, so. But again, that is 28 count Jobelin in pistachio, and I get a fat quarter, so it is 17 by 26. Okay, I think that is it. My whips, my haul. Yeah, so I guess we're to the giveaway part. Yay! So, in honor of 2,500 subscribers, I am going to be doing a $25 gift certificate to 123 Stitch. And because I'm going to do this as a gift certificate, it is eligible worldwide. Just understand that shipping will be your responsibility. You can apply the $25 gift certificate however you see fit. But obviously, you know, if you exceed $25, then the rest is going to be on your dime. I do ask that you not mention the word giveaway in your comment. If you do, I will be deleting it because I want this to go to someone who is actually a regular subscriber. Oh, and that's the other thing. You need to be a subscriber to my channel. So be a subscriber. Don't use the word giveaway in your comment to enter. And in your comment to enter, just tell me what is your favorite new release from the Nashville market. If you are not familiar with any of the new releases from Nashville Market, then just tell me what you're working on right now. And I know a lot of my stamping friends who still subscribe to my channel also purchase from 123 Stitch because they do sell stamps. I use them for both. So If that's the case, if you're a stamper versus a stitcher, tell me what your favorite new thing from Creativation back in January was. So, or just what you're enjoying right now, what new stamp sets you're excited about. So, stitchers, tell me your favorite natural release or what you're working on. Stampers, tell me your favorite Creativation release or just what you're working on right now or what has you excited. And again, be a subscriber and don't mention the word giveaway. So, that is it from me. I really hope everyone has a great week. Remember to come back in about a week and I will have my floss tag, Flosstube Extra video up. And other than that, I will be back in 2 weeks for my Flosstube video number 5. Thanks a lot, guys, and have a great day. Bye-bye.